Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is our playthrough on Timberborn in the perfect town of San Fran, Beaver. And of course, when I say perfect, nothing ever goes wrong. We are not out of water, the whole land hasn't dried out, and our crops are not dying. But on that note, just because, you know, you like to imagine these scenarios happening, we've simulated it happening now, just so we can, you know, see what it's like to prepare for a disaster. So we are out of water. We have 0.9 days left on a bad water tide, and we need to make sure things go well. Let's just put it that way. And so I've had a quick look around, and I've been looking at a few bits and bobs, and one thing I've noticed is that we've actually gone and blocked in our bad water tide area. We've basically gone and created a little dead space here, which is going to block all of the bad water in and cause us some problems. So I'm going to go and delete both portions of this impermeable floor here. That will allow the bad water to flow over and be cleaned out so that the good water can come through and actually make our reservoir. I have also gone and noticed that when we get this pressurized system, we don't actually have a bad water release system currently incorporated. And so in that regards, I actually need to I could probably just get rid of one block. I am, however, going to have to go and undo a little something we went and did. That little block's going to have to be blown up, because then these two are going to have to become levees. No, sorry, not levees, sluices themselves to release the bad water when it happens. Because otherwise, we are going to have this whole thing filled full of bad water, and it's never going to go anywhere. And so with that, we will never actually get around to refilling our reservoirs. I've also gone and paused this block because they're building it before all of these ones. I don't know if I've technically, because I've partially built it, whether it actually blocks the path. I do not actually know. But we'll find out. It doesn't matter if it gets built first, to be honest. We can build these when we get round to them. And yeah, when we come, I'm going to go on normal speed, because when we get to nighttime, the end of this day, I need to unpause all of these pumps. Now, one of you did go and mention that obviously building pumps in here is good, because if I go and drain this, it doesn't really matter, but it kind of does, because obviously all this waters these crops. The place where I ideally need to have pumps is down here, but I've got no water holding system once we get past here. So that will be a future goal, or of course, pumps down here. Although to be fair, maybe that's what the comment was about, I'm not going to lie. Having pre-recorded all of the previous videos, as having I've been on holiday myself over Christmas and New Year's, and I hope all of you have had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's as well. Maybe I made a comment about putting water pumps down here. Honestly, I cannot remember. It was so long ago, ladies and gentlemen, that I played this. I've got withdrawal symptoms. And so we're going to go along at, we're going to in fact go to dirt. In fact, we'll go just triple speed. We kind of just need to push through this day to pray and hope that something happens. Now, are these people... Yeah, I think they're still able to get through to there. They are as well. Beautiful. Without that being built, we can keep building this back wall up. And so with that as well, have we? Yes. Let's go and destroy that. Let's then... What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? I want a couple of sluices. Right there. And... I'm just going to say open for now in case they do get built. Okay, let's go down to 2 speed. What I want to do is unpause every single one of these and make sure they all get workers. I'm going to be missing some workers. We are a few beavers short of a full workforce. So I'm going to have to see... Oh, you are definitely a priority. You are definitely... Let's go to normal speed so I can just investigate this very quickly. We're missing 5 people. Now, what have we got? No available workers for the bakery. I think I'd quite like a worker there. 1 out of 4 workers in this builder's hut. Let's go and pause that. That puts me down to 1 worker missing, which is the one, I believe, maybe not in my bakery anymore. In my scavenger flag. Do you know what? That's okay. Because we've got a bit of scrap metal and it's all going well. Now, talking about that, I can now delete these 2 as well. These are for my old scrap metal area, so they can all disappear. As we have moved it all down to here, all 109 that I have left. And so on that, we're ready for the morning. Things are ready to go. Hopefully we can start getting some water in nice and quick because San Fran Beaver is looking a little bit dry. Yes, okay, yeah, of course these aren't, or should I say haven't been, had any form of building done to them yet. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of cleaning out. I want to see water coming through here though. Yep, a lot more cleaning out still coming through. Let's have this nice and quick. Let's get the water going through. Of course, we do have a little bit of a dead zone here. You always want to kind of try and remove those as best as possible. Otherwise, the cleaning out does take a little bit longer. And so it takes you a little bit longer to get the clean water flowing through. Now, how are we doing? We should pretty much be... Oh, whoops. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm clicking on the wrong buttons. Woo! I just told everybody to stop working. That was bad. So how are we doing? Contamination 3%. Of course, we've got an unliking block right there. Let's just get that water flowing, shall we? That tiny bit of contamination is not going to hurt anybody. So I'm going to leave that at 3%. I mean, that in the overall mix of things, as I said, is not going to hurt anybody. Let's get this water in here. That should immediately start flowing out. And my pumps will hopefully get something done this day, even if it's only a little bit. There you go. Pumps are starting to move. Every single one of them. And so some water will start to... All right, we actually have a happiness of 2. Which is crazy because we have nobody with any water in them. We did have somebody die of old age. That's okay, as long as nobody dies of thirst. That's the goal. To not lose a single beaver to thirst. I am actually going to make this a 24-hour working day. Oh, why is the water slowing down? That's a bit weird. Oh, no, wait, it's not slowing down. It's just kind of getting stuck here. And yeah, no, it's doing... Because I've got this makeshift pipe half built, just acting a little bit weird. That's okay. That's okay. We are filling up our reservoir. It is flowing out. We have lots of water around here. Let's keep the pumping going. Happiness is increasing. We still haven't lost anybody due to thirst. Things are looking good. I love it. Okay, and just looking at our windmills here, I think our power system over here as well is pretty good and ticking along just lovely. We have lots of extract and lots of bad water. 3 pumps all on the go. All of them full. But you know what? I'm going to pause... Well, we'll pause 2 of them. Because we, in fact, are missing a couple of workers. And then we will keep building what we're building here. Very nice indeed. So we've got this building up here. Now what I need to go and do is I need to basically keep building up this ladder so I can then start to increase the height on this reservoir, because that is the big thing at this point. We need to increase the size of our reservoir. So paths and structures. Let's go get that ladder. Of course, this is a mod. It is one of the few mods I am using. When I say few, I'm using about 5 mods. One being this beautiful cursor I have right here, making it look much nicer than the Windows basic cursor. And then we are also... We've got unstuckify, we've got the ladder, we've got the Dutch windmill. And... Oh yes, and... increased power shafts. Gives you a few more options with the power shafts. Right, how are we looking? Oh, all this is flood. Which is not good. We have one... Go and release some more water. I really need those pumps working. I need all that water to start receding. Like, immediately. We're going to go down to a 16-hour working day. Okay, no, really. I need that water to go back. I need those pumps pumping. I have 12 water. How many? Okay, we're about halfway. We have a few thirsty beavers, but not too many. We have quite a few injured beavers as well, mind you. Although I'm hoping... How many hospital beds do we have these days? 2. I think about a whole bunch more. 6. Yeah, I mean, I've got 6 injured beavers, so that works out. Okay, and we have 1 water. We have half of our beavers are no longer thirsty. No one's died of thirst, so that's all important. And with this, you can now go back up to 0.8. Hold as much water as possible. But of course, it doesn't matter too much because all of our water is in fact being held in our reservoir. And... let's pause that a second there so we can do this before the next day starts. Now, we don't want to go up that way because we want to be able to come out the side. I mean, we are going to increase by a few levels, so that gets us 2 above there. Let's go 3 above there. Let's go 4 above there. And so that is going to allow us to start building a little bit more. Now, we are going to have to replace these as well. We will get to that. Oh, I probably should have finished building that first. That's okay. Let's go ahead and unpause. They've got stuff they can build now. And dirt blocks. I suppose, of course, first we maybe want to get a couple of levees down. But yeah, let's leave it at that for now. They can get up to that level. Like I said, these will have to be replaced. You can go ahead and do that, not a problem. I will leave them going as they are for now. During the next drought, maybe, which I'm sure will happen in a couple of days, we'll go ahead and get those replaced whilst we can. For now, we'll keep building up the walls that we have access to. There'll be a few more levees there. And of course, with everything building in order as it should be. Let's go and put that on top. I don't know if that technically helps with anything. Go and build another set of levees. And let's go and get those dirt blocks in as well. And now, of course, with that, we want to put at least a little bit of pathing on there, just to give them access. Right, and with that, we're also going to go and get a couple of levees going this way as well. Yeah, so yeah, we'll try and get it up to this level at the moment. We're going to obviously have to do this in stages because I am going to have to keep pushing this up. But like I said, that'll happen in a drought or a bad tide. They both kind of act the same. And how are we doing? 234 water. Keep pumping, my friends. Keep pumping. We really need a lot more water. As I said, during the last episode, or one of the last episodes, I did in fact go and make that Excel spreadsheet, and we need about 3,500 water to get through a drought. So, yeah. Yeah, keep pumping. Definitely keep pumping. More to the point, though, nobody is thirsty anymore, which is fantastic. 6 people are injured, but again, we can cope with that. And so, let's go to full speed. And let's have a look at what comes next. I mean, this is... There you go, another bad tide. Wow, they're hitting us with those pretty hard, huh? Wait, I think I know what's going on here. It claims that to be too far. Interesting. Oh, because I have in fact been an idiot. I thought I had. Go and build that in there. They'll be able to get access through there because they don't have access through here at this point because this path is no longer connected. So they will have to come and do all the building through here. Although this still claims to be too far from a district. Interesting. That is too far as well. Ah, that'll simply be because this isn't actually built. It's 89%ing. It's all good. That's all good. Everything is planned to be down and correct, so it all works out. This can be unpaused for when it eventually gets around to being built. And how are we doing? 550. We need a lot more pumping to get done. I'm going to go and up it to a 24-hour day again. We need to get that water in the tanks as fast as possible because our reservoir, although it will hold out for a few days, not enough. So we need a lot more. We've only just survived the last bad tide. We need to really start surviving these bad tides. Prioritized by haulers. Let's get all of these prioritized. We need them to be non-stop pumping, so ideally, they don't empty themselves. We do have a full hauling post, which is fantastic. Yep, you guys keep getting these empty. Let's keep them pumping. Let's keep them working. We do have a bad tide in 1.4 days. I might, in fact, keep them going. I wish you could kind of do it on a building-by-building basis who works 24 hours, because I don't need everybody working 24 hours, just the pumpers. And I think I might kind of keep them going until bad tide hits, to be honest, because, yeah, we need to dredge that water out of the river and put it in our tanks. So this will actually be a very interesting bad tide as well, because, oh yeah, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Interesting. Got all of these haulers. Hauling post. Hauling post. So you're telling me 4 people from the hauling post came up here to help empty this? That seems a little bit inefficient. And then, of course, we do want to build another reservoir. I believe I said, I'm sure I've told you the plan of a chain of beautiful aqueducts and reservoirs. I'm thinking maybe around here. We do obviously want to get one over here so we can build another district up here because we do need to get some water up here. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe here to begin with, then maybe here on this little outcrop. Obviously, I need to figure out how I'm going to path it, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. Yep, maybe one here, and then that can help serve this. We can obviously drop the overflow from this down here and keep this filling up. Yep, I mean, that doesn't fill up. This does. I'm thinking we can block this off. I mean, a dam would be a very simple start. Bad tide started. We can, of course, come down now to a 16-hour working day. I'm going to keep pumping, at least whilst the water keeps flowing. And it no longer keeps flowing. Alrighty then. Go and pause. Couple of these. And what have we got? 16 days. 16 days, he says. 16 days, he says, with great fear. Yeah, I think getting a couple of pumps in here would be a very good idea. Maybe increasing the size of this a little bit. I don't think would be a terrible idea as well. I mean, we can quite easily put something here, a couple of levees and some floodgates. We can in fact flood this whole area. Now I don't know if that would flood this out. I mean, technically the entrance and everything is still available. I don't think it floods it out. I'm not quite sure. Not sure as to what level the water's allowed to touch. We could certainly have a look. We do, of course, need to keep gathering as much dirt as possible. Although we've got 1,200, which we've got a little stockpile. Because we need to obviously keep building this. And then... all of those can disappear. Assume they all went on the inside. Yeah, they can be picked up at some point. That won't be any of a problem. All right, let's increase size of this reservoir. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to build from this direction. They still need to have a gap. For the water to overflow. And so what I'm going to go and do on that is... it's a hideous path, but it needs to be done. Unfortunately. Yes. And we will simply have to keep increasing it bit by bit as much as we can. Wow, that reservoir is drastically decreasing at a very, very rapid rate. How are we doing? Water, I think, is still going up. Go ahead and pause another pump. See how we hold out. Yeah, and you know what? I think blocking this off is actually a great move. Having a good pool of water in here, I think is going to be very, very useful. And would potentially allow me to move up and start actually using a large water pump on this area. Because I can drain this every single time. And that is not a problem. I think that is a great secondary source of water. So for that to happen, first off, let's double check what we need. We need 10 treated planks, 5 gears, and 20 logs. Now, gears and logs are not a problem, and neither are treated planks. So, hey, large water pump, here we come. And so that takes a... I don't actually quite know how big that area is. It's I believe it's a 3x3. Then let's go and it has a suitable depth, I think 4. Maximum depth of 4. Yes, that is correct. And how far did I want to flood? Did I just go and say, I want to be flooded up to... this is, in essence, going to be my level. Right. So I want this... mostly I want all of these trees gone as well. They're kind of in my way. Let's see if we can get rid of them. And I very, very much then get me a lumberjack flag. Let's go and stick him up there. And then let's go mark all of these trees for cutting. They are really gonna get in the way. And so we can start basically removing those. Go and have this in here as well. Increases range hopefully into the middle. And as I said, yeah, we'll start looking to get a new water pumping area in here, because it's going to be a much, much easier and better place for me to pump. And so, on that, we don't want to flood the place quite yet, but I can go and put some things down and get some things going, because, well, quite frankly, we're not going to be able to build these things from where we currently are. So if I was to go and put that there, that brings us up to this level, because that is my current output. Now, we don't have to worry about increasing up to here either. And so on top of there, we would simply need some floodgates. And that would allow me to control the level of this water, and that will flood a lot of this basin. Yep, and that should then also get a lot of this area turning green. And actually quite a lot of this area too. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more green in this central basin. We're going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do any dynamiting at this stage. No workers available in the district. That's because we are 6 workers short. That's understandable. Let's go and pause this guy for a little while. What are we up to? 2k water. Go and pause another one. We're quite low. We're down to 10 days of bad tide. But we're doing okay. We are doing okay. I'm not terrified. I might be panicking a little bit, but I'm not terrified. So I think we're doing okay. And so we are missing 5 workers. Now, I don't want to take any builders away, although no, I haven't lost any builders. Haven't lost any haulers. We're missing 3 workers. Who am I missing exactly? The efficient farmhouse. It was missing a worker. The lumberjack flag, which is the one we know about, is currently missing a worker. No, in fact, nope. All the workers are back. We've just had a bunch of beavers grow up. They have joined the workforce, and ladies and gentlemen, they are ready to break their backs for San Fran Beaver, because they love this town. It's perfect. It's idyllic. It's where every beaver wants to live. And so, we're gonna keep doing what we keep doing. Beautiful. Start emptying out this area. We're going to keep that running for a little while. How are we doing? 9.1 days on the bad tide. Still up on 2k water. We've got a decent bit of water left in here. It shouldn't be going down too quickly now, due to the fact of us only having 3 pumps going. Of course, yes, we do have 6 injured beavers, which is not ideal. Okay, we've got a beaver in there. Where are the medical beds that we're hiding? Because we can't have... Oh, there you go. I've got 2 up here. Oh, I've got 3 up here. And I've got 2 by here. I've got so many medical beds, it's unbelievable. I clearly care about my beaver's health. Who would have thought? And actually, whilst all this is going on, I think we're good. I think, you know, we don't need to panic too much. I'm even going to be very cheeky and pause yet another water pump. We have 8 days left. Our water was actually still very slightly still going up. And so, I think we're good with 2k and only 8 days left. Something else I realized is that, of course, now increasing my beaver population takes more resources. This in turn then puts more strain on my infrastructure, and that means I have to keep building more and more and more things. However, happiness costs me nothing. And so, for instance, I have 1000k planks. I could build a brazier of bonding. I have the science to be able to start doing some of this. And so on that, let's have a look at our brazier of bonding. And we could very beautifully go and build a brazier of bonding. I'm just not quite sure yet where. I could put it right next to our farmer's monument. Obviously, I have to build it some stilts. I could also I mean, to be fair, an easy place would actually be, which I'm going to go and use. Let's go and put it just in here. Quite easy to reach, because we do have access to this roof. Oh, wait, we of course need to actually make it big enough to fit the brazier of bonding on top. Let's go and place that there, and then let's go and get our brazier of bonding. Have it face our beautiful town. Now, of course, this one's a little bit taller than our farmer's monument, but hey, that's how it should be. Because this will, in fact, give a further +5 to our beaver's happiness. It's not bad at all, ladies and gentlemen. It is not bad at all. Now, in terms of roofs, we are actually missing a couple. And so I'm going to go and get those built. I'm pretty sure I can build them from the level we're at. Let's come into decorations. Let's have a look at our little roofs. Ah, no, we do have these bigger ones. But do I want a bigger one? Is this how I want to particularly go? I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Would I much rather have a smaller one? I mean, it's all going to start to look very, very higgledy-piggledy. That could really start to bug me. You know what? I think... Let's have a quick look at my housing, actually, a minute. My singular mini lodge is only 1 story high. That easily answers that question, then. Go and get a couple of rooftops in there. We're going to put some single lodges in here with some roofs on top. And that will just about level everything out. We are going to go and get probably some more lanterns on the go. But that'll get me a little bit more happiness. Not much, but it's okay. And then if we look at... We got any... Yep, that's... At first, like the kids, they don't run around so much and your camera doesn't go crazy. Rooftop terrace contemplation spots. That'll be a very easy one. Oh, he just became an adult. He's unemployed. Oh, can't be having that. That can be easily solved. Let's unpause that building for now. We are down to 5.5 days and we still have 2k water. That's what I like to see. That's 4 more builders. That's going to greatly help with, of course, all of our projects. Oh, look at this guy. Look at him. I blinked for just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and he has gone and trimmed this down beautifully. He can still get these bits and bobs in the middle. He can still get these up here as well. Right, so we want to get access to this for a start. And to do that, the easiest way to get there, because ideally we need to get to the bottom level. Will simply be, I think, build a lovely, horrible set of stairs in here. And to build a lovely, horrible path into here. That should, in fact, do that. We just need to build this path up to here. Going to destroy that, because, again, that lovely, hideous path does not need to exist. Let us go, and we're going to flood this level. We're going to flood the level above. So we do need a height of 2 here. And so that needs to come into there. It also needs to... Did I mess up? And how high are we supposed to be going here? We're going to flood up to here. We're going to flood up to here, I believe. What am I doing? I'm going to flood this level up to here. And I'm going to flood partially up to here. Yes, so we're flooding this, and partially flooding the next one. I think I potentially went and put those to the wrong level. Let's try this again, shall we? So we want to Build this in here. Yes, so we are going to need it to that height, I doth believeth. And let's go and try that one again. Once again, I did that slightly wrong. But I got the height right this time, so hey, there's a bonus. Now, he in fact finds himself with nothing to do. Yes, let's get rid of that. And let's go and, in fact, stick ourselves a lumberjack flag on the other side. And that should allow us to trim the rest of these trees. Then we need one of these here. And a whole set of those there. That would allow me to get my water pump on the go with a drop-down height of 4. I could say I planned that, but I didn't. That's complete coincidence. For all of you watching me play, I wouldn't be able to convince you of such a lie, so I'm not going to try. Oh, and our brazier of bonding is almost complete. Let's see that get finished. We still have some water, although it is going down. We have 2.9 days left and downstream depth of 0.31. Let's drop down to... In fact, you know what? Let's turn off the pumps. We've got 1.7k water. We've got enough to get ourselves through 2.8 days. And we will be ending this with a fair amount of water left in the system. So that should... I'm gonna drop that down. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a bad autosave moment right there. There goes a bit of our water. That was, yeah, way. Look at that. Look at that dropping down. That's not good. Okay. Let's go and prioritize this, please. Look at those numbers going up. Brazier bonding is clearly complete. And there goes our beaver's happiness through the roof. He's up to a 20, which has given him a working speed of a plus 60%. I love well-being of 22 would be great. A movement speed of an extra 15%. That is fantastic. So that's our goal. Let's see if we can get this up to a lovely 22. To do that, I mean, wet fur is probably a fairly easy one. We could also try and get some extra food in. Beautiful, an average of 20. Shrubs, scarecrows, bulletin boards. Detail a Lido carousel. A Lido might actually be possible. Which would also then get me wet fur. There's a lovely +2 right there with pretty limited effort. There's also the mud pit, which does require some dirt, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'm also trying to remember if this requires power, or whether it's the IT version that requires power. Let me have a quick look a second. Let's go to something that I do know requires power. 400 HP, of course, that's what it tells you. No, it does not require power. But I could get a couple of mud pits in the go. Now, do they need to be dug in? No, they do not. Yeah, so I'm very much thinking of the IT's version. I think the mud pit could, in fact, be the winner. It does take some wheat, but we've got that in abundance. Logs and treated planks as well. Whoops. Let us go and get some mud pits in for our beavers. We do have the dirt, that's not a problem. We'll have the haulers going, that's not a problem. And more to the point, we are 0.6 days away from finishing this bad tide. We've got a little bit of water left in the tank, 0.16. Not much, but hey, we got through the bad tide. We have 1.4k water left in the tanks that are actually in my town. If you look at this as well, this is coming along just nicely. We are about to start to have this built up, which is even prettier. Now, we're not actually, because we can't get to it. Actually, which is slightly annoying. Let's in fact... We're going to have to keep that at a width of 2. And... Yep, we'll leave it at that. And with that, and with the water now flowing, there it goes. Start to get these pumps all going. As my reservoir slowly refills itself. Beautiful. Would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? We got through the bad tide, and we did it in style. We are missing 12 workers. I'm going to go and pause this guy again. We're now only missing 8 workers, but that's still a lot. Let's go and see where they are. Bakery, as always. Dirt excavator is missing both. That's fine. We can work with that dirt excavator for a little while. The efficient farmhouse, I'm sure. We have some wheat. You know what? We're okay with that for a second. Lumberjack flag, which is probably now going to be flooded very, very shortly. Scavenger flag. Hey, do you know what? I can actually live with these things. I can live with these things. How much flour do we have? 211. That'll hold me for now. We had 4 people missing. We have a happiness of 21. Our buildings are continuously getting flooded and unflooded as our levels continue to work themselves out. With this being a little bit lower, we should be able to hold that a little bit better. And would you look at this? This is now beautifully done. Let's hold that up to a 0.8. This isn't going to flood so well because I think this is... No, wait, yeah, that does need to be higher. That's right. That should allow this to keep flooding. This is still flowing. Because, of course, all of this is not yet quite built. There you go, a happiness of 22. That will give us faster workers. Fantastic. We've got some mud pits on the go. Beautiful. Our beavers get to relax in the evenings by slathering themselves in a lovely bit of mud. We need to really turn that back on and turn it back on quick. Because, yeah, things are drying out. They didn't die, luckily. Yeah, we managed to get that back in before I kind of made a bit of an error. We got berries? We got berries. Let's go and pause you. Get the workers reassigned. Right, all right, all right. We're looking pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking pretty good. Now, yes, you're not overflowing because you're not overflowing quite yet. And you actually won't overflow. Because until this is a sealed system, this reservoir is not actually going to technically work. That's a bit of a bummer. I slightly messed that up, didn't I? Do I delete these? Do I leave it as is? I mean, this is going to keep flowing out. I mean, do I simply lower this down a little bit? What have I got these set to? 0.65? I mean, they will keep slowly flooding. This will keep flowing out. Oh, he has done everything he can. Not quite. Mark that tree for cutting. Get rid of that one as well. And then this place has been beautifully, beautifully cleaned out. That our water is going up. These guys are building away. And I think we're going to give it a little bit of time to do that. Because I think now getting this fully as a pressurized system is one of the next things to do. Can we just go and finish off this ladder? I mean, it's finished, pretty much. Someone just needs to go and hit it. There you go. Hit it a few times with a hammer. And then some of this can continue to be finished off as well. Yes. Yes, we need to get rid of those. I think everything is down as it should be, except for... I've kept this open because I need to block off this and get to these without breaking anything. Oh, a drought! There's a novel approach. And then we have all of this, which... Yep, it will come from this side. That's all good. Just a lot of dirt that needs placing down, basically. We're going to seal the system. Nice. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. And we've got all the dirt available. Oh, we've got 4 people looking for something to do. Let's get 4 more builders on the go. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great amount of water. Our reservoir is looking very healthy. Our pressurized pipe is coming along beautifully. Give it another, maybe even a cycle or so, and we're going to nearly be there, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to nearly be there. I'm going to go and prioritize this to be finished as well. And would you look at that? This is very slowly being filled up. This is going to be our next level of... our next area of water extraction. Once this pipe is up and running, and this will start flooding as and how it needs to, basically. I'm not going to continue to increase the size of this. I want to get, obviously, all I need to really get the pressurized pipe system all fixed up. And so until that point, we're gonna leave this to keep building without interrupting it. And yeah, here we are. This is the dream as it happens. So we're gonna get rid of this. You don't need the worker there. And then we're just gonna do a quick bit of not resources. Don't know why I missed the last one. Let's go remove that. They'll eventually go and pick that up. And let's go and remove that. They can go and pick that up. And let us go and get this place down. For 400 science. Give me a water pump. Workplace priority. Because we will... I'm happy to drain this every single drought or bad tide we get. And to get the pumps, get this stuff being filled up. Let's just very quickly, so I don't forget for the next episode, prioritize building by haulers. Now, the only bad thing is the fact that these water tanks are, in fact, so far away. To help that out, we can go and build a couple closer, which I am going to go and do. Now, this area is ideally for my increased, or my continued industry area. But what I can go and do is... let's just go and place one terrain block here. And then with that, a large tank. I assume I was facing in the right direction, but it was always double check. For more water, because you can always have more water. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready for our drought, which happens in 0.1 days. And so with that, I'm going to go and hit that pause button. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. It's been a great episode. Our water system is much more secure. I think I'm ready to expand for more beavers, but I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to make sure my pressurized system's finished. I'm going to obviously have this up and running. I might go and build a second one and then actually get this whole thing fully functional. And yep, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are... we'll probably increase this to a 0.7. We are going to be ready for our drought. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, as per always, I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you will continue to join us for the rest of the series, where we we're ready for an expansion, I think. We are ready for the next stage of expansion. Well, almost ready. This is almost kind of almost done. And so I think we're ready to plan our next stage of expansion. Maybe not necessarily actually do it, but ready to plan it. And so until the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. As always, I hope you have enjoyed it. And until we see you again, as per always, I hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.